Hello and good morning. This is the Breville Oracle model BES980 in black sesame. As you saw in the photos, this is a used refurbished machine. So this one was actually a trade-in from one of my customers who upgraded to the touchscreen model. So I sold them that new one for a discount. They traded this one in. It worked fine. I just did the basic service, the maintenance, mainly the seals, the silicone O-ring seals on the boilers, so the steam boiler, the coffee boiler, changed the sensors on the steam boiler probes, which is a common maintenance item on this machine. It needs to be changed every 2 or 3 years. Basic cleaning cycles, drained the boilers a couple of times, tested everything, and everything works fine. And I'm also selling it with warranty for that reason. So I trust that this machine will work for a very long time without any issues. In this video, I'll be demonstrating everything, so I'll be making my morning latte. So I will be testing, obviously, the grinding and tamping, the brewing, the hot water tap, and the automatic steaming function. I like to begin every session with a blank shot. Now, a blank shot means it's a shot, but without any coffee. That's mainly to warm up the machine, to warm up the handle, warm up the cup. Now, when you turn on this machine in the morning for the first time, it'll take about 5 minutes to warm up. Obviously it's got a bit of water and a bit of steam to warm up, so it takes that 5 minutes. But it also has a clock function, so you can tell it to wake up at 6:30 a.m. and by 7 a.m. it's nice and hot, ready for you to use. In addition to that, I like to do the blank shot in addition to letting it sit on in standby. In addition to that, I like to run the hot water mainly to warm up the handle here and warm up the cup. So if I make coffee straight away, it may be okay, but it may not be great, because if the handle is room temperature, if the cup is at room temperature, that will sap the heat out of your shot. It'll make your shot sour, cold, and less perfect. So that's what I'm going to do now. It also acts like a bit of a cleaning cycle, so if there's any coffee grounds or oils stuck in the group head, this will clean them. So simply press the single cup. It'll go for, I think, 20 or 25 seconds. Well, let me reset its factory settings. So it does go to 25 seconds. It should be like that. There we go. So that machine back to factory settings now. Do that once or twice, but once is more than enough. Gave me quite a bit of water. Even honestly, you can stop at the 15 or 10 second mark. You just need like half the cup full, really, to warm things up. So that's that. Once you do that, you want to grab your tissue or a towel and dry everything. So you want this to be dry before you grind the coffee. Your machine comes with a single and a double basket. This is the double. I think it takes about 18 to 20 grams of coffee, but we'll double check that. Put this aside. I'm gonna get out my scale and measure the before and after. We want to measure the input and the output so that we can have a good recipe, right? Just like with cooking. So a good ratio for espresso is a 2-to-1 ratio in 30 seconds. What does that mean? That means for every gram you grind, you want 2 grams in the cup as liquid espresso. So if we have, say, 15 grams in, we want 30 grams out in 30 seconds. And we can adjust that brew ratio by the grind size. So that means if we have the perfect grind size, we'll grind the coffee, we'll brew the double shot here, and then when that's done, we have 30 grams, and that took 30 seconds. The machine will always give you 30 seconds, unless you program it otherwise. The default is 30 seconds for the double shot, which is what we're going to use. So yeah, if your shot is perfect, you'll get that 30 grams in 30 seconds. If your shot runs too quickly, meaning that you get 50, 60, 70 grams of coffee in those 30 seconds, then that's too fast. The brew is rushing too quickly, we want to slow it down by reducing the grind size. The grind size here has a small screen. The dial here controls that grind size, controls the space between the grinder blades inside. So a larger grind size will have a faster brew and gives you more coffee. So if you want to slow that down, you reduce the coffee particles, it'll slow things down. If your grind size is too slow, if it's very small grind size, very fine, what you'll notice is that you won't get 30 grams in 30 seconds. You'll get like 10 or 15 grams, even less. If it's very, very fine, you won't get anything at all. If it's choking the machine at a very fine, very small grind size. So we increase it up to speed it up. In other words, think of the grind size as if it's the speed or the yield of the coffee. So if you increase the speed, you can increase the grind size, increase the amount of coffee in the cup. I'll set it to a number that's reasonable, that makes you good coffee when you first receive the machine. But of course, every bean is different. I can't give you a magic number that will solve all your problems. You'll have to make coffee and you have to adjust accordingly. If it's too fast, reduce grind size. If it's too slow, increase the grind size. We'll start on 25. I haven't made coffee on this machine yet. I've tested it and everything, but I haven't actually made coffee. So let's use grind size 25. I had a look at it. It looks okay. So not too fine, not too coarse, but the only way to know if it's the correct grind size is to make coffee. Let me turn on my scale again. It's turned off. Okay. So grind size 25. Let's have a look. The machine stopped on its own. It detects the level of coffee and it stops when it's full. It polishes it very nicely. This is very smooth. So yeah, it grinds, it doses, it polishes and presses the coffee in place. So it's fully automatic. And this is exactly 20 grams. So I'm quite happy about that. 20 grams of coffee. So that means the output should be about 40 grams in a perfect world. So there's only one way to find out. We lock it in the middle here. I'm going to reset my scale again so we can measure the output. I'm going to press the double button. That's going to give me 30 seconds of brew time, and then we'll see how it goes. Started to come out at the 10-second mark. It's coming out nice and smooth. Coming out equally from both spouts. It's doing all the right things. I think we got it right in the first go. That's the double shot. Lots of crema. Lots of aromas. It smells amazing. I wish you could smell it from over here. And we got 42 grams. Well, there you go. Let me bring in my phone to show you what that looks like. 42 and a half. Pretty close. I'm happy with that. Sorry about the dust. But yeah, lots of crema. This is what it looks like from top. That is the espresso. You can drink that straight away. It'll be an espresso shot. Or you can add some milk and convert it into a latte. That's what I'll be doing. So I've got some milk here in my jug. I've filled it just below this spout line. That's going to give me 1 coffee's worth. You can use the frother in manual mode, so if you flick it up, with this up, it gives you steam, just literally steam right from the boiler. So you can practice your frothing skills like a barista by holding the jug in the right spot and swirling the milk around in the jug. You can get really, really good results, basically the same as a barista would be able to in a cafe. You can do latte art. You can also use it automatically, which is of course what this machine is made for. So you push it down and you push this down and it gives you automatic milk frothing. You can select the level of temperature here. So it goes from, I think, 50 degrees up to 70 degrees. 60 is the average, so I'll leave it there. And you can select the froth level. So from a latte flat white setting down here to a cappuccino foamy milk up there. And it's up to you to choose. I will leave it in the middle just so we can have an idea of what the middle is. So if you see the middle and you want more foam, you can always go up. If you see the middle and you're like, that's too much foam, you can always reduce it. So I'll leave it at the default 50-50 position. And we'll go from there. In the meantime, because it's a dual boiler, you can do other things like make another coffee and grind another dose and get some hot water. Because it's a dual boiler machine, you can always get steam and hot water at the same time. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cleaning this while it's steaming. Yeah, that looks really good. If you have any bubbles in the milk, just knock the jug on the counter a few times to break those. And then swirl it around. And then keep doing that until you have a very smooth texture, like wet paint, people say. Alright, I'm no barista and I think it shows in my latte art skills. I sometimes try to get a heart or a tulip, doesn't always work. My dexterity is not great, but this machine is. I think you can make really good latte art if you have some skills or if you've been a barista before. It makes really good coffee. This tastes delicious. Just now I had a sip. It smells delicious. And I think you'll love it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Don't forget to clean the wand. I'm going to wipe it after this video with a wet cloth and then let it pulse and purge after that into the tray. But anyway, that's the coffee, that's the machine. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Hope you enjoy, and I will see you soon. Thanks.